Hello, welcome. Thank you for listening. Harris here. Today we're talking about fitness and being too busy for it. Being busy is something that all of us can relate to. Most of us feel it. We think about it. We sometimes use it as an excuse. And that's the point of today's chat, is why busy is not your problem. And, I don't know exactly your story as you're listening. Maybe you are agreeing with me right off the bat, or maybe you are, taking a little bit of offense to this, which is okay. That's what we're trying to break today, because we have busy things in our lives. We have lots of important responsibilities. We have families, we have work, we have all these different things as, adults in today's society. And, you very well may have a lot of things going on your plate all the time. And I understand that, and I'm empathetic to that. And that's not the same as saying busy is an excuse, right? You can be busy and have lots of things going on, but still prioritize what actually matters to you. And that's, again, the premise of today is I want you to understand that if you are one of those people who typically say or think that you are, busy to the point where you can't do blank for yourself, we need to reframe that. And I'm going to read to you a couple very quick paragraphs by Seth Godin, probably my favorite author. And he really identifies this with, some great wording, and then we'll carry on. So one of his two blog posts, I'll read the first one. The title is The Trap of Busy. He says, quote, "Everyone who wants to be busy is busy, but not everyone is productive. Busy is simply a series of choices about how to spend the next minute. Productive requires skill, persistence, and good judgment. Productive means that you have created something of value. Perhaps your self-created busyness is causing you to be less productive." So that was, again, by Seth Godin. A few points on that. Let's take it into the realm of fitness, because that's the lens at which we're looking at this today. You can either be busy or you can be productive. If you think that you are just, too busy to work out consistently, that might seem like it's true, but is that really the most productive thing for your life? Because, we all know that exercise and strength training and movement is not just a hobby or just something that you can do. It's something that is pivotal to operating at your, highest level for the one life that you have. Because, how many bodies do you live in? Just one, right? How many do you get? Just one. If something goes wrong, if something doesn't feel great, that's your only at bat. You have one body, you have your own health, you have the strength that you have. If you don't use it, you basically lose it, or you reduce it over time. So it's very, very important. It's not just about working out or looking a little better, right? It's about pushing the thing that you live in every single second to be stronger, to be healthier, to be more, powerful. And that transfers, right? Remember, it's not just about fitness. The fitness that you pursue transfers into your work, into your family, into the other things, and makes those areas better. So just as I just read to you, it's productive. It's more productive to first, have a foundation of fitness and strength, and then carry on with the rest of the world and the rest of your responsibilities. Prioritize yourself. So that's one note. All right, now to Seth Godin's second blog post. We'll read this, we'll recap it a little bit, and then I'll continue. This one is titled, "Busy is Not the Point." Quote, "There's a common safe place, being busy. We're supposed to give you a pass because you were full on all day, frantically moving from one thing to the other, never pausing to catch your breath, and now you're exhausted. No points for busy. Points for successful prioritization. Points for efficiency and productivity. Points for doing work that matters. No points for busy." End quote. So that is another great way to word it, right? A lot of times, I've done this in the past, of course, like anybody, and a lot of the people I have, even clients that I have, will, not just say that they're busy, but they'll almost, and you might relate to this, which again, it's just the reality. So it's better to relate to it and own it and move forward and figure out a solution than it is to deny this, right? A lot of people tend to, put their busyness as a crown. They think that they at least they were constantly moving and constantly doing stuff. So it's okay that they don't work out or that they don't, do this other thing for themselves, because at least they were so busy throughout the day, right? It's a crown of achievement, so to speak. But what this passage is saying and what is true is that, if you look back on your life, or, let's bring it back into a smaller scope. Let's say you look back on the past month, right? If you're busy all the time doing these little micro things, and anything that comes up, like these little fires, you chaotically run and put them out, and you're always running to the next urgent thing, you're going to look back and say, wow, I was, doing so much. I was busy all the time. I feel so tired. I feel so like I just did all of these things. But did you really get anything done? Like anything really as an asset to your life? In that context, probably not. Right? And maybe, obviously, again, I'm not going into full context here, but if it's just constant frantic movement, there's a lot of things there that are just reactive, and they're not building assets for you. Whereas training yourself and building your body and building your mind is an asset, because when you build it, you're at a new level. And when you build it again, you're at the next level, and it keeps growing as you push, and that carries with you everywhere else. So again, like Seth Godin says, no points for just being busy and overworked. Points and value for being productive properly, for prioritizing your life and yourself first and foremost. Okay? And that's going to be most of it today. Busy is an excuse. I'm not saying that you're not busy, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't take on a lot of things. Of course, that's a part of life. But if you want to be strong, if you want to be in shape, if you want to be healthy, if you want to look a certain way, if you want to achieve anything for yourself before anyone else, there's nothing in the world that is too busy, too hectic, too crazy to keep that from happening. You can always do it. It's about a choice. You choose which one you want. Okay. And if you don't agree, that's fine. Let me know and we can talk about it. Or just, or don't, and keep listening and try to be convinced, because I'm pretty confident that this is the way to go about things, focusing on yourself first so you can better serve those around you and the world. It's worked for a whole lot of successful people. All right. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. Final notes, just a quick note. If you want to join my email newsletter, not just to get more emails, because nobody wants that, but if you actually want these lessons from the podcast and many more from my coaching clients and my training business sent directly to you on a consistent basis with actionable steps, you can go on my website, coachedbyharris.com, sign up for it there, or at the very least, email me, harris@coachedbyharris.com, and I can happily add you there. If you would like to take me up on a one-time offer to do a custom FaceTime session with me, right? Exercise, training, chatting, talking about your habits, 30 minutes over FaceTime, very cut and clear and very focused on your progression, I'll happily offer that to you. Again, just sign up on my website, or you can email me and we can set it up. And that's about it. Thank you so much for listening today. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Have a great one.